Right, let's get straight into it. If you saw my first video, you already know that my weight and I have been on quite a wild ride. 2 pregnancies, quitting smoking twice, brain surgery, chronic illness, the hormonal coil, and perimenopause. My body and I have been through the ringer, and despite my best efforts, the scales refused to budge back then, until now. This video is all about my first couple of months on Wegovy. And just so that we're clear, I'm not affiliated with or sponsored by Wegovy in any way. This is simply the tool I chose to help me lose weight, and I'm here to tell you exactly what happened. No fluff, no gimmicks, just my honest experience. By the time I walked into the doctor's office, I was at my heaviest, 118 kilograms at 1 meter 71 with a BMI of 40. I felt completely lost. I was sad, frustrated, and honestly quite depressed. No matter what I did, nothing seemed to work, and I had no idea what to do next. I'd tried everything: low carb, intermittent fasting, cutting out sugar, calorie counting, exercising like a maniac, you name it. The weight just wouldn't shift, and honestly, I was exhausted. The doctor took one look at my history and suggested Wegovy. For the first time in what seemed like years, I felt like I had a real option that wasn't just another crash diet. Before I could get the prescription, I had to go through the usual checks: blood work, weight, and a deep dive into my medical history. Surprisingly, everything came back normal. No diabetes, no thyroid issues, though I do take medication to keep my thyroid in check, as my body has always had its own agenda. At my next visit, I finally got my hands on Wegovy, 0.25 milligrams to start, tiny but a massive step forward. Before we get into my experience, let's talk about the science behind Wegovy. Wegovy, or semaglutide, is a GLP-1 receptor agonist, which means it mimics a hormone called glucagon-like peptide 1. This hormone plays a crucial role in regulating appetite and blood sugar levels. Essentially, it helps you feel full for longer, slows down your digestion, and reduces cravings, making it easy to eat less without feeling like you're starving. Here's where things got interesting. Wegovy in Denmark comes in a pre-filled pen for the whole month, not separate syringes like in some other places. The nurse showed me how to use it. Honestly, it was foolproof. A quick jab, hold for 10 seconds, and done. What I wasn't expecting: within 10 minutes I felt this weird, uncomfortable fullness. It was like I had just eaten a massive meal, even though I hadn't. Along with it came a slight headache, a dry mouth, and a general feeling of heaviness. Not unbearable, just noticeable. The biggest shift, though, was my appetite. I just wasn't hungry at all. My usual cravings disappeared almost overnight, and even when I did eat, I needed much less to feel satisfied. There were moments of slight nausea if I pushed past that comfortable fullness, like my body was sending a firm "no thanks" message. At first I thought surely this was my imagination, but nope, it stuck around. Not bloated, not nauseous, just full. It was an odd but welcome sensation. I stayed on this 0.2 milligram dose for 2 months, and in that time I lost a total of 7 kilograms. It wasn't overnight, but after years of struggling, it felt like a real breakthrough. Over the next few days, things started shifting. One of the biggest changes: the food noise disappeared. That constant mental chatter about what to eat next, planning meals, cravings, it just went quiet. For the first time in years, I wasn't constantly thinking about my next meal. No dramatic "food is dead to me" moment, but I was eating smaller portions and actually feeling satisfied. It was bizarre. For the first time in years, I wasn't constantly thinking about my next meal. Fast forward a couple of months and I stepped onto the scale, down another 3 kilograms. That might not sound much to some, but after years of hitting a plateau, it was a big deal for me. I had actually expected rougher side effects, but apart from feeling full much faster, it was surprisingly smooth sailing. If I ate too much, though, I felt nauseous, like my body was enforcing a strict portion control system. In my next video, I'll talk more about moving up to the next dosage of 0.5 milligrams, what changed, what stayed the same, and whether the side effects got any worse. If you're new here, check out my previous videos for a more detailed account of my weight loss story. So that was my first couple of months on Wegovy. Slow but steady progress, and for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. If you're on Wegovy or thinking about it, drop a comment below. Let's chat. And if you haven't seen my first video, go check it out for more of my backstory. See you in the next one.